Okay, so this is Neil again. You've obviously heard about something called Twitter, and if you haven't, you need to. Oh God, where have you been? And if you haven't got a Twitter account yet, please sign up for one because they are free, and you're a late adopter, so you kind of need to catch up fast. But what I often find with Twitter is that a lot of people don't really connect with the sort of people that they're talking to on a day-to-day basis. There's an awful lot of just spam stuff going out all the time, and yeah, I'm not saying don't use Twitter for marketing. I use Twitter for marketing, and I do send out links. But I like to think that what I'm sending out is also very useful stuff as well. I do a lot of blog posts, obviously I do a lot of videos and things that sort of thing that you're watching at the moment. I send that out on Facebook and other social media as well. But the main thing that I kind of notice is that if someone says something in a particular way, it's not translated back, and this kind of comes back to the whole Mantea ethos. I'll give you a bit of a background. My own PhD research is all in the way that people can connect, build rapport via computers, via computerized systems, and now in the sort of post-PC age with iPhones and iPads and all of that sort of Apple-related stuff, and non-PC based stuff, internet-wise, then it's, you know, we're more connected than we ever have been, but ultimately the computer interface or computer mediation of that communication can get in the way of the stuff that we take naturally, the stuff that we take for granted. So, you know, in face-to-face communication, Mr. Hand over here is talking to Mr. Hand over here, and they're having a little gabble, and there are four main ways of communicating to do with the senses. So there's visual, auditory, kinesthetic and digital. Digital's more sort of inside the head, but the visual is to do with the eyes, auditory to do with the ears, and I've got a little earpiece here, and kinesthetic is like to do with grabbing and touching and feeling and emotion and all of that sort of stuff, and then digital's inside the head. So if you've got those four, then you can kind of start to work out how people are thinking, because Mr. Hand over here is talking in visual language, Mr. Hand over here is talking in auditory language, and so naturally in a face-to-face sort of communication, this guy's going to start to talk auditorily in order to get this guy to understand. He's then going to be talking back in visual language to get this guy to understand. So they're having this sort of dialogue going on, and it's a natural occurrence that you do adjust your own language to the other person, which is fine. It kind of happens naturally. It's one of those things that psychologists have picked up on as a naturally occurring phenomenon, and in order to get rapport, what you would do is to start to mirror each other's and adapt your own language so that you can become more persuasive and communicate better, which is fine. So that's all done. What about communication online? Well, you can't kind of do that because there isn't that feedback. So what I've done is, in my own PhD research, developed a system that does have that sort of feedback. It's using a database system of a lot of words, an awful lot of words. We recently bought a thesaurus with, I think, 2.5 million words in it. So, you know, it's going to take some time to analyse it. The current one has slightly less than that, but again, you know, it's still very comprehensive. So, bearing all of that stuff in mind, what I often find as a problem with Twitter is that this guy's talking in visual language, this guy talks back in kinesthetic language, clash, suddenly no rapport, and as a result no sales. And if you're sending out affiliate links and all of that sort of stuff on Twitter, you kind of want the sales, you kind of want the reciprocity, you kind of want the connection, the rapport and everything that goes with it in order to get at the very least a decent following, or a loyal following, or some sort of connection there. And if you're just clashing all the time, it's just going to all fall apart and it's not going to work. So what I've developed is something called the Tweet Checker. So if you go to mantea.com/tweet checker, and I'll put that link in the description of this video as well, then what it does is you enter your Twitter username into the little field where it says enter your Twitter username. So, you know, it's not rocket science, and then click on the green button that says make me persuasive. What then happens is that it goes off to your account, it grabs all of your friends' tweets, your most recent ones. So they are fluctuating. I have to warn you about that. They are fluctuating. But what will happen is that they analyse those tweets and analyse the words and analyse the sort of representation systems, those 4 representation systems that I was talking about earlier, and it works out what the sort of weighting is for each of your followers. It then aggregates them as a big bundle and it says your followers are either kinesthetic, visual, digital, whatever. So from that information you can work out how to best communicate with your audience, and if you can communicate better with your audience, your ROI or return on investment is going to go up. What does it cost for this? Well, here's the good news, it's completely free. This is a basic trial version where everything gets aggregated. The more advanced version will be this user is this in these 4 weightings, but the current aggregation, which, you know, if you're sending out en masse to say 10,000 people, it's a perfectly legitimate way of doing it. If you're targeting specific people, that's when I'm developing a more advanced system. Now I'm also doing this for Facebook as well. I'm going to put a couple of images at the end of this video so that you can actually see what I'm talking about as well. But go to mantea.com/tweetchecker for this one, and I'll send another YouTube update about the Facebook product as well. So if you want to, up there somewhere, I don't know where it is, probably about there, then click on subscribe to this channel to find out more information and be notified when I put up new videos. The Facebook product is coming very, very soon. I've already got it to connect to Facebook. There's just a couple of technical things that just need to get over with, and then I'll be fully testing it and then releasing it. And again, that one's going to be completely free for a similar sort of thing as well. So have a look at that. Tell me what you think. Thumb me, either yes or no. Put loads of comments in. Any kind of suggestions or any other thing that you want me to analyse. I'm working on Yahoo at the moment and Gmail as well. So we've got at the moment a product which is again in development. I need to talk to the developer tomorrow about a system that can analyse any desktop application. That's quite a big coup. So only works on PC at the moment, but you know, who knows, we might be able to go on to Mac fairly soon as well. Let me know what you think, and that's pretty much it. Try out mantea.com/tweetchecker and tell me what you think of that. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good day.